Hello viewers, I am Dr.Arunkumar.RM, Pediatric Occupational Therapist. Today we are discussing about one interesting and important topic, that is pervasive developmental disorder. What is meaning of pervasive developmental disorder? It's mean the severe pervasive impairment in several areas at the period of development. What are the areas will affected at the period of development means? The first one is social interaction. Second one is verbal and non-verbal communication. Third one is the presence of stereotyped repetitive activities and repetitive behavior. In under the pervasive developmental disorder, there are the 5 categories of the condition. First one is autism. Second one is Asperger's syndrome. Third one is Rett syndrome. Fourth one is child degenerative disorder. Fifth one is autism otherwise specified, not otherwise specified, or we can say the pervasive developmental disorder, not otherwise specified. It's also known as pervasive developmental personality disorder. The second question today we are discussing about, what is the difference between PDD and ASD? It's pervasive developmental disorder, it's a term is only for the categorize the condition, it's not a diagnostic label. But the ASD is the diagnostic condition and categorize the condition. It's also categorize the condition of pervasive developmental disorder. It's defined by Diagnostic Statistical Manual Mental Disorder, American Psychiatric Association, 1980. 1980 to still 2012. The term they followed only by pervasive developmental disorder. After 2012, the multiple literature of review they estimated showing the differences between pervasive developmental disorder and autism spectrum disorder. Out of the study, there is no differences between pervasive developmental disorder and autism spectrum disorder. The 2013 DSM 5th edition they're published. At the time, their updating version of replaced and removed the pervasive developmental disorder name. They changed autism spectrum disorder. Because of it's the only autism spectrum disorder that the term we can use for the accurate diagnosis. The third question today I am giving the explanation. When we can diagnose autism spectrum disorder. It's a diagnostic wise the age, like proper diagnostic we want to follow means like we can wait for after the 5 years. The symptom can predict 18 months to 24 months we can predict, but the in study was saying still 5 years, the child birth to 5 years, they have the limited communication and behavior issue. So because of that, the child may be the possibility of we can say for some psychotic issues. So because of that we can't say this is child was getting autism, we can't say. So because of that we are waiting for after the 5 years. But primary diagnosis we can predict at the age of after the age of 3. But we want to accurate diagnosis we wait for after the 5 years. The fourth question is prevalence of autism. Global prevalence of autism. 2012, the multiple literature of review, the systematic review they conducted in midline studies. They're showing the differences. Out of 10,000 people, the possibility 64% they affect the autism spectrum disorder. At the same study, after the few years, 2022, they conducted and the multiple literature of review, they estimated between the midline studies. Out of the 100 children, one child it's affect autism. Its a median prevalence is 4:2. The possibility of 4 male to female. The fifth question is, what are the principles as a healthcare professional we are following? Nothing about that. The principles like because of the child the need, we are following what the criteria at World Health Organization we are given that we are following that. Apart from nothing, the principle we are created for that. The first principle is respect the dignity. Second principle is freedom of choice. Third principle is non-discrimination. Fourth principle is accept the person with disability. Fifth principle is participation of society. This is the 5 principles we are following. Though based on the 5 principles only, they will planning to the next what we want to do that the child. At the child, it's coming to us. What are the intervention we are at the healthcare professional we are providing means evidence-based practice, multi-sector approach, universal coverage, and empowerment of person with disabilities. As the sixth question is, any link with autism spectrum disorder or MMR vaccine means? The study they are showing there is no evidence between the MMR vaccine because of root causes for autism. So MMR vaccine only for the develop the immunity, like human immunity, to the body to fight to the against all the mumps and measles and rubella. So because of MMR vaccine, child never get autism spectrum disorder. Thank you.